यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान घन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तोत्र वेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। May the Almighty Sri Lord Venkateshwara bestow all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and the entire your family members. And we also have prayer all together to remove all kinds of illness from our life. May the God provide what we ask. Hari Om. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita. Today we are going to see the summary of 16th chapter. As we saw in the last session itself, these two chapters, 16 and 17, these two chapters are not revealing or discussing about the supreme knowledge called Atma Vidya. Why, sir? Then what else is discussed about? Because all the Upanishads only they focus on Atma Vidya. That is the main core, main content of entire Shastra. But here the qualities and the habits and the nature, characters have been introduced. Why they are introduced? In order to make us understand the preparations for the supreme knowledge is very important to a sadhaka. Okay, these qualities are introduced as the preparation for moksha. Not only for moksha, if you want to have successful life, you should learn all the qualifications or qualities which are introduced in these two chapters, 16 and 17 chapter. Really speaking, we have to chant every day when you get up in the morning. So one chapter, that's 16 chapters, because every day is a cultivation. What do I mean to say? When an agriculture person wants to cultivate the land, he won't sow seed in the beginning itself. He will prepare the land. He will prepare that ground. It will take at least a month. First he will clean the land, then he will allow the land to be wet for a week, and he will fill the water so that all other things will get demolished. Then also he will smoothen the land after spraying all kinds of medicines, fertilizers. Then he will sow the seed, it will sprout. Otherwise, the efforts will go vain. Like that, this Brahma Vidya, which is like the supreme medicine. That is the medicine for entire humanity to come out of all kinds of samsara. We have seen it. 15th chapter has confirmed that is the only one medicine which is in the form of knowledge, that to the knowledge of Purushottama. Having knowledge about Kshara Purusha, having knowledge about Akshara Purusha. What is Kshara Purusha and Akshara Purusha? Kshara Purusha means having knowledge about his own life. One's own life, body, mind and sense complex is not enough to survive in this world successfully. We have to have more knowledge about world in order to survive. That's what the conclusion of the human being. Therefore, we keep on digging the world to get the knowledge of that. But here it is said, the knowledge of the world also is not sufficient, my dear. The knowledge of the self and the knowledge of the Ishvara, Purushottama, both have to be combined and equated. Then you will get a knowledge out of it called Brahmatmaikya Jnanam. That is the knowledge, supreme knowledge, the knowledge which is born out of the equation between individual and collective consciousness. But in order to realize this Aikya Bhava, in order to reach to that place, we have to prepare ourselves. An agriculture person knows how to cultivate a land like that. Human being, because human beings, they do have the rights to seek moksha, not animals. Therefore, we are the proper people to make effort to get moksha. Therefore, here it is said, the samskaras will help us to cultivate our life. Even the samskaras are the valuable keys which helps us to digest the knowledge of equation. They are called refinements. Samskaras means what? Refinements. What is the refinements? These refinements are outcomings, the result of our lifestyle, our habits, our actions, our thoughts. These refinements, that is what is given in these 2 chapters. What is given in these 2 chapters? All kinds of refinements are introduced in the form of characters, in the form of qualities, in the form of habits. That's what we have to consume. Now we are going to have the summary in unique way by which you can assimilate the knowledge is given in this chapter, 16th chapter. Then for 17th chapter we are going to have a separate summary after completing that. Shastra introduces 4 kinds of refinements, samskaras, to be achieved by a mumukshu or the person who wants to have successful life. What are they? They introduce 4 kinds of samskara, means from the 4 angles. What is that? Manusya drishti, kartrutva drishti, bhoktrutva drishti, mumukshutva drishti. If I ask you a question, are you a human being? Yes, of course, I am a human being. Is there any doubt? No, I am not asking, having doubt whether you are a human being or not. I am asking a question, are you endowed with the humanness, means human activity? What do you mean by asking like this? These all questions looks like idiotic questions. Now, you should not have physical, emotional and intellectual problems. Now, if you are a human being, then you should have a proper health, proper emotional health, proper intellectual health. Then, you can say that I am a human being. Physical health, what do you mean? Physical health means you should know what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, what to not eat. So you should have undergone so many disciplines as the human being. You cannot follow the habits of the animals. Animals, they do have their own habits. In order to look for the food, in order to earn the money or food, animals follow different methods. They kill other animals in order to get their bread and butter, but a human being, we should not maintain ourselves through that. Then what? There won't be the emotional health. These all healths are interconnected. Physical health will support to the mental, means emotional health. Emotional health will support to have an intellectual health. Now you have to maintain your body with certain habits, the eating habits, sleeping habits, working habits. Then you can maintain properly your physical health. And what about the emotional health? This emotional health is a big problem, because people who are very healthy, physically who are very healthy, they do also have this emotional imbalanced emotions. Do you know how to manage? Then you should have certain habits for that. What are the habits? So you should wake up early in the morning. You should be endowed with the proper prayers. You should have the proper attitudes. You should know how to cultivate proper attitude in you. You should make the good rituals as your part of life. Okay? Otherwise, this emotional maturity won't take place. Emotional health means what? Emotional maturity. There is a war between always, two psychological systems, two minds. After marriage, or after going into a new place, when you go to the new place, there are new people, then they should understand you, you should try to understand them. So within that short period of time, if something goes wrong, then there will be lots of misunderstandings. Those misunderstandings will cause for what? Emotional imbalance. Many of our students, when they are transferred, even being a government worker, government employee, when they are transferred, they are going to the new place, but the same category, same career they are going to work, but they meet lots of problems. They come across so many emotional imbalances. That's what human psychology is. Easily it is attacked by outside environment. Therefore, we should know how to bring good habits to maintain our emotional health. And we should know what to study, what to not study, what to be continued with, what kind of thoughts to be engaged with. This is known as a mental, means emotional health. Then the third one is intellectual health. What is this intellectual health? Intellectual health means buddhi oriented aspects. What is that? Life moves with the decisions which we make. Every day there are decisions which we make. That making decision becomes a main part of our life, isn't it? You have to make your own decision. That's what called intellectual part. When you make the decision, you should know what is right and wrong. You should know what is nityam and what is anityam. You should know what is dharma and what is adharma. Because these indriyas, they are blind. Eyes are blind. That's what the message from Shastra is. Eyes, though they are capable of seeing the things, but they cannot see completely. Therefore, what? You should know how to utilize these eyes properly. You should see through the eyes. At the same time, you have to use your buddhi, means intellectual health will give the clarity. Through that clarity, you make a clear decision. If you make the decision with emotional imbalance mind, that's all. The matter will becomes more chaos than before. Therefore, this is the life. We have to be very careful. As a human being, what should I have? I should have a proper health, physical health, emotional health, intellectual health. For that, what should I do? Will it come in a day? No. It comes by the habitual. It comes by habits. I can use in that way, habitual habits. Because every habit is converted as the habitual. The habitual will bring the samskaras. That samskara alone leads our life. If a person is getting up early in the morning every day by 5:30 for a year, his health will be maintained properly. He will have a better health. But the condition is he should have gone to bed before 11 o'clock every day. You follow that, you bring the habit, make it habitual, it will bring samskara, means physical samskara. Wherever you go, then automatically the physical body will make you to become fit for that environment. The health will be maintained. And food habits, you eat a limited food, the food with nourishment, the food with all kinds of vitamins, calorie, minerals, so whatever the things they say, this much calorie to be burnt every day, so this much starch, this much of vitamins A, B, C, D, whatever this. You should know how to take right food, how to avoid wrong foods. Make them as a good habits. Then you see your emotional balance also, emotional health will continue. That will give, because health is the wealth. If you are a human being, that a human being should know how to maintain the health, how to maintain physical, mental, intellectual health. Otherwise, you cannot get anything, you cannot achieve anything in the normal life, even in spiritual life. Okay, that's what the first, Manushya Drashtya, samskara, good samskara. The body should have good samskara, means what? Body should have become a habitual of good habits. The mind and intellectual, they should have been trained with the good habits. That's what Manushya Drashtya. Then the next comes, Kartrutva. You are a doer. So when, from the aspects, the difference between animals and us. So animals, they instinctively act according to the circumstance. But human being, we can think about past and future and present, we can make the decision. We have to utilize our buddhi. That utilization of buddhi is known as utilization of free will. We can make a decision. We can make a decision to go with some activity, to deny or stop from some activity, or to get it done the activity in different way. Whether I should do or not, I won't do. I will do in different way, or I will do. This is how we make the decision through our kartrutva. The kartrutva must be utilized. The doership must be realized. Yes, I have a capacity. That capacity is called kartrutva buddhi. I am the karta. I am the karta means whatever I achieve in my life is because of me. Because I am the doer. That doership must be realized. This is the second step. The doer should take the responsibility of all the result which we get in our life. So I get happiness and painful experiences due to my own kartatva buddhi. Therefore what? I should know how to utilize that kartatva buddhi with the free will. I should own that responsibility. Yes, I am the decision maker. Therefore what? That kartatva, it should have its own samskara. Samskara means the karta has to be endowed with good habits. That will create a samsara. When you want to make the decision, people invite, or they do have plan, in every company, in every office, in every corporate culture, in every family, among every group of friends, they plan for the weekends. We will go to a particular movie, or we will go to the picnic, or we will go to somewhere else, all entertaining programs. But if you are careful, you can use your kartatva buddhi, doership. No, I am not going to do this time that. I am going to go to temple. Okay, then I will fix what temple that I am going to go. The temple which is more beneficial and gracious and famous and which is ancient, that can be selected. So this is what, a karta should select his action, because he is going to be the doer. In order to select good actions, no, I won't do this, I will do that, because that is considered or governed by dharma. So I won't eat this, I will eat that. I won't eat bread, pizza, and what is that? All this yeast material. I will eat roti, dosa, idli, and paneer things. So selecting, that brings a samskara. If you start selecting good things, you make yourself be endowed with good actions, then what? Your kartritva buddhi means you become a good karta. So the next is bhokta. From the aspects of bhokta, you should have refinement. Bhokta means, the enjoyer. The enjoyership is, it's a supplement due to kartritva buddhi. Okay, we cannot say supplement, but it's a kind of discounted. Something is given as a free. If you buy one and you will get one free. Buy one, get one free. So like that, when you own kartritva buddhi, definitely you will be owning bhoktritva buddhi. As a bhokta, I should know how should I understand. When I enjoy painful experiences, I feel hell, and not only us, every one of us. Now that is what is going on. So everybody is suffering now. The situation, current situation, So it's a kind of a different situation. We all suffer. And there are people who are suffering by corona. And we suffer mentally by thinking about them with lots of fear. This time has to be spent with prayers, with a proper knowledge. Our samskara should have a good result. So when government asks us to stay at home, we have to be at home, but be at home with prayers. We will have prayers. We will have all together prayers of Lord Venkateshwara. He is a Bishak. Do you know what does it mean? Bishak means he is a great Vaidya. He is a great doctor. And let him provide the efficiency to our doctors to find a proper medicine for it. Let us have the prayer. The prayer will bring more energy to us to get away from this problem. And we utilize our kartritva buddhi in proper way. Okay? Shalom. So now there are 4 kinds of angles to get samskaras. So we have seen 3 of them. From the aspects of a human being, I should have 3 kinds of health. Then I should know how to utilize my kartritva buddhi, because I have to accept that I am karta. I have to take the responsibility. Then the karta should be endowed with good samskaras. Then I become bhokta. So when I enjoy, so I feel pain and pleasure. At that time, bhokta has to be understood properly. When I am enjoying the painful experience, I should not curse others. I should not blame others. I should not murmur myself. Just, that's also, it's out of samskara. So when I'm not able to withstand the experiences of pain and suffering things, suffering feelings, then we commit mistake. Now the bhokta also to be understood properly, that also brings kind of samskara. Then the final one is mumukshuhu. Mumukshuhu drishti. That we will continue from next session tomorrow. Harihi Om. So our prayers to Lord Venkateshwara to get rid of this chaos situation for the whole humanity will have prayer. Om Namo Venkateshaya. Om Namo Venkateshaya. Om Namo Venkateshaya. Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.